Hello and welcome to Crafty Computer Paper. We're going to show you how to make a peep show card. First of all, each card comes with 4 sheets of paper that you need to print out. This is the front of the card that you use. This is the back and the front scenes that you need to cut out. And these are the middle scenes that you need to cut out. And then finally we have the spring, which you need to cut both of these out. We're going to show you how to fold these later. So here we've cut the springs out, and as you can see you've got sort of perforated lines across them, and this will help you fold the card. Now once you've done this a few times it's very easy, but if you watch me doing this, I'm folding it over, and then what I'm doing is I'm matching the perforated edges together, and as you can see it's just a concertina fold, just backwards and forwards, very simple. You'll see that some concertina folds are sort of wider than others, and you've got the narrow ones to do as well. So just keep folding it over, matching the lines. You see I'm doing a small one at the moment, and I'm just folding that over. So we have a variation in the size. We have a big fold and we have a thin fold, and you can just use them between your fingers. It's quite a good idea actually to use a sort of not too thick card for this. I mean, ordinary paper is fine to do this. We've actually used a parchment paper, and as you can see we've finished here. We've just coming up to the last bit, as you can see, folding over, so it's all concertina together. So squeeze it all together, and as you can see when we pull it out you can see that we've got the narrow ones in the middle and then the wider ones on the outside. This will all become apparent when we carry on making the card. Next thing we're going to do is decorate the front of the card, and here we've cut out the elements for that. These are really simple to do. Just use double-sided sellotape and just mat and layer them together, and then you'll have the front of the card. I mean, you can add things that you like on there as well, that's no problem. Now we're going to be doing the middle scenes. So the easiest way to do this is to sort of cut out the middle bits first before we cut out the outside bits. And this is simple to do. I mean, I find using a craft knife for the straight edges is easier than trying to do it by hand, because you do need to be quite accurate. And then you can see they pop out really easily. And then you want to cut around the outside of the squares. So these are the middle scenes. Make a note of which one they are, scene 1, 2 or 3. And here we have all the elements to make the card. We've got the springs we made earlier. We've cut out all the middle scenes ready to go, the back and 2 middle scenes. And then we have the front of the card, which is the front of the scenes. And then we've got the decorated A6 blank we've used. That's the size of the card that we've used to make that. And now what we're going to do is assemble it all together. And as you can see we've got the spring, so you want to turn it over so it's on the plain side, turn one wide flap over, and then you want to find the small flap. And we're using here, it's a sort of Pritt glue or a solid glue. This is the best glue to use because it dries quickly, and also it doesn't get all sticky and horrible. If you use any sort of liquid glues and things you'll find you get into a real mess. So we're just using the first scene, which is the back scene, which is the sort of main picture, and then we're going to stick it along that thin fold. So we fold it over, and then the first one, then we fold over the narrow one, and then we use our glue, and then we just stick on the next scene. And you want to sort of keep an eye, make sure that they're sort of matching when you're actually putting them on. Keep an eye on that. And then that'll help the card fold down better. Then fold over a large one, fold over the thin one, and that's the one you need to glue. It can be a little bit fiddly when you first start, but if you just follow this video you'll see how easy it actually is. And then we're putting the third scene on. So altogether we have 4 scenes, and then we have the front scene. So as you can see I'm sort of repositioning it to make sure it's sort of on top of the other images below it. Then I fold over the large one, and then I fold over the thin one, and that's the one that I need to glue. And then we'll put on the last scene here. And it's all measured and made so it will all fit together really easily, and then you see fold that on top, and it's all nice and neat and ready to go for the next stage, which is the other side of the card. And you can see as we fold them over, you can see how it's coming together. Now we're going to be doing the other side, which is done exactly the same way. Remember to fold over the large one and get the thin one. And then we'll use the base one first, stick that on. And you can't really go wrong here because there's only the right amount of thin folds to go with the scene, so you can't really go wrong here as long as you put them onto the thin folds. That's the main thing. And as you can see, we're just finishing off the last one here, and we'll put them all together, and there we have, it's all finished, ready to go. And you can see it squidges down really flat, and that's nice. And then next thing we're going to be doing is putting on the front scene. So what we need to do is glue the facing flaps which are facing you, the top level of the spring, and then you just need to get the front scene and just gently pop it on top. Just let it sort of lie naturally, and you'll find where to put it, and then press that down. And you can see it presses down really well. And now we're ready to stick it onto the main card. As you can see, I've got the front seam which has been assembled on the front of the card, and we're going to be putting our Peep Show card on that side. So just check, because it's quite easy to get this bit wrong, but it's not. If you just double check here, that will just check that that's the front side. There we are. So we're just putting it on top of that, and then you want to sort of go in sort of half an inch or so from the fold. There again, just push it down, and if you can fold over the card well and easily, then that's fine. And then here we have the finished card. So we open it up, and then you can pull it forward, and there we have a lovely Christmas scene inside. So it's a Peep Show card. You can look inside and see the pictures, and you can see that it's a lovely three-dimensional card, and it'll look fantastic on any fireplace, and it'll become a real talking point. Very original cards and very simple to make. You just need to have the springs and cut out all the components, and there you have a lovely Christmas card. And you could even put your own embellishments on, your own rub-offs, your own bits of glitter and gold, and you can actually tie them with a ribbon as well and put them in an ordinary envelope and send them. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and we hope you really enjoy making the cards.